You are actually the best dog trainer I've ever met in my life.
Thank you.
And
Thank
I
you.
know it's not, you're not for it's your profession, but you've helped a lot of leader dogs and you've helped a lot of people, because then when you give them a dog that's trained that well,
Yes.
you're giving them a gift for the rest of their life, aren't you?
Well, for 10 or 12 years, for the dog's life anyway,
Ah,
yes.
yeah.
Until it's time for another one. So I do
Lots
enjoy training the dogs and giving them away to the handicapped people, for sure.
That's awesome. Yeah, because it's priceless, actually, to them, isn't it?
Yes, yes. And it's difficult for handicapped people to get service dogs. It's very expensive, and there's not many. There's more now, but when I started that particular part of my life 10 years ago, there was very few.
Like it must have been almost like a lottery, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, so the company that you're working with, it's Michigan Roof Renewal, and I just want to say, like, how interesting and how innovative, really, that, if you think you have to absolutely replace your roof, you can call them up, right?
Yes, ma'am. So what happens is when you get a new roof,
Yeah.
they're a petroleum product, okay? So they're made from oil base, and then they're put on your roof.
Okay.
During the time that they're on the roof, they are exposed to UV light, sun, wind, rain, all those
Everything.
things. Everything, exactly. So during that time, the shingles slowly dry out. They lose the oil.
Okay.
It evaporates and leaves the shingles.
Oh, okay.
And that runs about 10 to 15, or 12 to 15 years, 12 to 15 years, your shingles start drying out. The average replacement of a roof is 15 years. So around every 15 years, you're putting on a new roof because they've dried out.
That's a lot of money, though, isn't it?
It is a lot of money. It's amazing what roofing has actually doubled this year alone.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
So even since COVID, it's more.
Yes, it keeps getting in. It's an oil product. It's an oil-based product, petroleum product, so it continues to go up
oil.
with the fuel prices. So what our product is, it's a soybean oil. It's FDA approved. It's green. It's friendly to the environment.
Oh, my God.
And there's so many ways it saves in the environment. First way, we're not tearing off a roof and putting it in the landfill.
What an unbelievable amount of landfill.
Yeah.
Times how many houses.
Yeah,
you're right. I never
imagine the
even thought
amount of roofing that does not go in the landfill now. It stays on the roof. You've already paid for those shingles that are on your roof. So now you don't owe any money on them because you've paid for them. So what our product does now is it comes back. It puts the oil back in the shingles.
Oh, my God.
The shingles lay flat again. The little granulars don't fall out of the shingles anymore. The glue strips are reactivated, so they lay flat.
Oh, my
It
God.
brings back the original color of the shingle. It's amazing at what it does.
It's like it's all good.
Yeah. and
Every
then it
single one
comes-
of these points.
Yep, with a 5-year warranty. So we want 3 treatments once every 5 years. That gives you 15 years of extension. And you get a 5-year warranty, and we take care of your roof for the next 5 years.
Oh,
You don't have to do. You got a blow off. You have a leak. We come out and repair those for you for the next
So-
5 years.
Like, I know somebody like might have some like moss or something like that. If they have something like that, would they have to get that fixed first, and then they'd have maybe?
We do that. Offer that as well. So
Good.
what's happening now is insurance companies are doing drive-by shootings. In other words, they're driving by and they're taking a picture of your house and they're flying the drone around the neighborhood.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know it sounds terrible.
So you can't like hide.
You can't hide it.
like,
No.
right? Because
So-
the drone can go
Yeah, the
around
drone
the
can see it.
tree.
So then they go, wow, look at that ugly roof. Look how dirty it is, how much moss, and it might be only a 7, 8-year, 10-year-old roof. It not even anywhere near being replaced. And then you get the letter. It's time for you to replace the roof, or we're gonna not insure you anymore.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So they're like proactively like
Going out.
checking out your
Right. So we, as the question about the mold and the mildew
Yeah.
and the moss, that does affect your roof. What happens is it gets underneath the granulars and grows under and pushes the granulars off of your roof because it is growing into the shingle.
Oh my God.
So it does damage your shingle, and we do recommend removing all that. And we can clean the roof. We use a soft wash process,
Okay,
not a
good.
pressure wash.
Good.
Soft wash process to clean that off, get rid of the mold, the mildew. The best thing is after it's cleaned, and then we treat it, our product is a mold inhibitor. So
Oh,
now
wow.
it stops that from
So
happening again.
Even that.
Yes.
is
So that doesn't
so-
occur. And now the insurance company sees a new roof because they don't see the mold, the moss,
Wow.
and it's back to the original color that it was. and now you're not. Now you're off the naughty list.
Unbelievable. It's just
So-
crazy because it's all of the things that can possibly benefit you. Your company is like, check, check, check. Seriously, right?
Right. And without mentioning money, we are significantly less
Because
than
you know what?
replacing a roof.
You're not going to be
Significantly.
more. So we can honestly say it's not more. We
Right.
can say it's not equal to. It's
Well,
going to be
Let's
pretty
put
good.
it this way.
Yeah.
If you hire us to renew your shingles, you can still go on vacation because you'll have money.
Which is a miracle. That's incredible.
And you probably won't even have to get a loan to get it done.
Oh, my God.
So-
Because you've already paid for the shingles. See, I
Right.
like that thinking.
Right. And it's going to be a lot less zeros than putting on a
Right.
new roof,
Which is
for sure.
it's substantial right now because everything is so much money, right?
It is.
So, like people that like might want to try a metal roof and things like that. Do they also have like it's a different material and it's not made of oil?
No.
It's not. Okay.
Is it a sheet metal roof? When I have clients come
Just
to me and
thinking
they
about
ask, which direction should I go? Should I go with a metal roof? Should I go with, the new technology with the metal roofs is amazing. And if you choose to do a metal roof, I don't blame you. It's a great thing. I'm not against it.
Like it's an option, right?
It's an option.
It's an option.
It's an option. It depends on where you are and where you're in your life, your finances, and all that.
Sure.
We offer an alternative to spending thousands of dollars when you don't have to.
Wow.
And you get the same results because we're going to extend that roof life for 15
true.
years. And a new roof is 15 years. So the price of a new roof is still more expensive than us coming out to renew it 3 times.
Yeah, definitely.
And then you're getting us to take care of it. For instance, we did a condominium units. We did 60 buildings for them.
Oh, wow. Yeah, because it doesn't matter the size of the roof. You could do commercial.
Yeah.
You could do like really
Right.
businesses.
And they went from having a massive assessment that year because they were going to have brand new roofs put on. Then they met us. We did the inspections, the reports, the free quotes, all that comes with it. Got with the association. They educated them on what we do, and
Wow.
they chose us. That was 5 years ago.
Oh, my God.
Okay, and they have had their maintenance cost dropped by 95%
Okay,
on
so
their roofing.
like who knew that would be that good? That's
Yes.
crazy good, and it sounds impossible, but that's amazing that you could bring about that result.
It is, and we also have had our product studied at a company called PRI Institute
Mm-hmm.
in Florida. They're a company that studies construction,
Like
construction
materials,
So
like
if you say you have a hurricane window, they shoot 2x4s at it and say,
Oh.
"Yep, they've got a hurricane window," and it's true that they do.
So they test.
So they took our
Yeah.
product and they tested it, and then they wrote a report saying, "Yep, actually does what they say it does."
So it's a third party,
Third-party testing.
like impartial.
Correct.
Because, if they said there was something wrong or, after 2 years it fails, it's not 5 years or whatever. So does the oil, so you're saying it kind of like goes sort of inside? Because like if a shingle is like the top of it, you're going to hit the top of it.
Right.
Because I've seen a video where the person's just spraying really methodically to cover the entire roof. Like
Correct.
and I think even the corner, like
Yep.
the downspout or whatever it is. And so how does the inside of the shingle, or is it protected because it's on the inside? So it's not going to suffer the same amount of damage as the outside. Yeah?
Well, it's a penetrator, so this is
I
it
never
penetrates from
knew
top to
that.
bottom. So even if you had 2 layers of shingles, it would actually go into the second layer, but it doesn't
can't
do
even-
anything for the second layer. But
Right.
You
But
know.
like, isn't that amazing? So it's like, in a sense, if it's porous, then you can actually.
right, and it only is a 5-ingredient product. It has water, soybean oil,
Oh my God.
and 3 proprietary ingredients which
Sure.
make it penetrate the shingles and things
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
It unfortunately, so my dog comes to the jobs with me all the time. She's my service dog. I never leave home
I'm
without
so
her.
glad.
And
Wow.
it's pet friendly.
So you wouldn't have her around.
No, I wouldn't have her around. She's been around. It won't hurt the trees. It won't hurt the bushes. It doesn't kill the grass.
Oh my God.
It doesn't stain the deck. Any of that. The only thing it does is it treats the roof and then when we're done, it literally looks like brand new
It
shingles
would
around
look.
So when we get on the roof, we do a full roof inspection for the client. We come down and explain everything to the client that we found, give them a roof report, because at that time we're determining whether the roof qualifies, because it can't be too old and too far gone.
Okay.
There's a qualification.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then we go ahead and do the treatment right there on the spot after the inspection. So we'll go on the roof then and do all the
goodness.
minor repairs. So we fix all the nail pops. We
That
fix
day.
all the caulking, all the vent boots need to be replaced. We replace them. The flashing.
So you have all of those things like kind of nearby or on your trucks.
It's on the truck. Yes.
So convenient.
Yes, those are all done when we're there. So when we leave, we're about 3 to 4 hours at your house. When we leave, the only thing that you know is that your roof looks great and it smells like pine saw.
Oh my God. So it's not even bad, right?
No. Now, if
Oh
we
my
clean the roof, that's a
God.
different story. We may need 2 days because
Sure.
we need a day to clean the roof
Of course.
and then some time in between for it to dry and then do the treatment after the fact.
How long does the treatment take to kind of dry in a sense? Like, because it's oil, right?
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
viscous and it's kind of. So if you were to do a roof, say you're done at 9 in the morning, then kind of like by the time maybe the owner comes home at 5 o'clock, is it gonna look wet to him, or is it gonna look like just like a nice new roof but just kind of dry?
It's going to look like a nice new roof.
Isn't that
It
amazing?
dries within 45 minutes. On a sunny day, it's 45 minutes and it's dry, but it doesn't. It's still, when it's dry, you can tell that something's been done to the roof because the shingles have the original color back. They're richer.
That's insane.
Right.
Right?
It looks-
Because like it's one thing if it's like say green and the brown comes back, but it doesn't matter if it's black. It doesn't matter.
Right.
If it like some of them are like blue.
And it brings back the blue, is what it does.
That's impossible.
It brings that richness back. So it's not changing the color, it's just
No.
bringing it back.
Which is nice.
Right. Because a lot of people go, well, I didn't like that ugly color that I had to begin with. Can you paint my roof? Yeah, there are companies that paint roofs. You can do that, but that's not what we do.
So like if the person says, "Listen, I'm never heard of this before. I'm not sure. Can you do a section and then they can sort of live with it for a little bit and then you can like okay, we'll come back and do it, or does everybody just say no, do it? Like what have you found?
It's the first time I've ever had
Really?
that
So
kind of,
everyone has been like,
it
let's
just,
go.
Yeah, it
Nice.
just wouldn't work that way.
I'm glad.
I mean, you
I'm
could,
glad.
but we have so
But you've
much.
never had that.
No, I've never had that question, and I've never done that. But we have so many reviews now. We're in our 7th season, and our 6th year
Wow.
of doing this now.
And every year you've been collecting reviews.
Right,
Yeah.
right, and we're at 4.8 for our
That's
reviews
unbelievable.
of all the roofs that we've done, and we've done thousands of roofs and quite a few commercial jobs where we're doing multi-unit family units.
So, like,
apartments.
can I ask, like, how did the person, like, invent it? Like, how is it discovered?
Well,
Because it's just really quite remarkable.
It is, and I believe them Canadians might have something to do with it. So, yeah, the person that did this, he was working on asphalt roads like 30 years ago-ish when he came up with this product, and this product has been put on asphalt roads
To protect.
to seal the asphalt, not seal, but penetrate and keep the asphalt going, and so you didn't have to replace it and keep it in good shape. Because the same thing
Interesting.
happens, the asphalt dries out. Then he's like, oh, wait a minute, shingles. Shingles are asphalt.
Oh, my God.
Reformulated, and that's about 15-ish years ago,
Oh, my God.
and then got this going. So this is still a fairly new product because we've been in it for 6 years, and it was really new then. So the owner of this company contacted me. I'm a retired firefighter. So 2020, I was retiring from the fire department. The owner of this company and I contacted me because I had a home inspection company. So I did home inspections for 20
Right.
years while I was a fireman because we had time. And I had 200 5-star reviews or better
In your inspection company.
in my inspection company.
That's kind of hard to do.
Right. So he found me through that because he was looking for that's when the owner of the company, John, was wanting a letter of recommendation. He wanted me to endorse his product.
Wow.
So Scott, I see you got a great inspection company. Can you check this product out? So I went to one of his jobs and I watched what he did before, during, and after. And I was truly amazed. And it was
Wow.
an elderly person. And the person was like, oh, I'm 90. I don't have $40,000 to put a roof on my house. What can you do? So we're helping him. So he helps him out.
Absolutely.
And I saw how well it changed the shingles and what it did to the shingles.
You saw the before and after with
Yep.
your own eyes.
And I touched it.
Oh my God.
So that's exactly, I had an epiphany, and I'm like, John,
like, wait a minute.
yeah, I'm
Right.
retiring from the fire department this year. Can I get a job?
Oh,
because
I'm so
I'm back in
glad.
the business of helping people, because most people don't have even $10,000
No.
right now to put on even a tiny
Right
roof.
now?
Yeah.
You're lucky to get gas in your car. Right?
That's exactly it.
It's times are hard, and no one has that saved up. Like,
Yep.
You live in your house, but you don't like put aside $15,000 for one day. No, you're just living in your house. Like, ordinary expenses can add up, right?
Yeah, quickly. So I jumped on board right away. I said, can I have a job? And so we used my inspection
Like the whole,
expertise.
like the infrastructure of what
Right,
you built, because
right.
it was 20 years of.
Yeah, so then I can speak to roofs. I know. I've been on roofs forever. I know about shingles, and I know what his product is. I've been to the PRI Institute. I've been to the manufacturer.
Wow.
I know where this oil comes. We buy it in Ohio. We're an American-made product.
I'm
we
so
keep
glad.
in America. We buy all of our. There's no tariffs because we buy here.
We buy here. That's amazing.
Yeah, exactly. So
Is it like, I mean, this is a dumb question, but is it almost like a byproduct, or is it like, it's not the same, like whatever the stuff that goes like in people's cars, is it like, is it sort of like siphoned out or filtered out, or is it like, how do they get the usable product that is suitable?
I have no idea. That's
wonder.
where the scientist guy comes in
Yeah,
and he puts
yeah,
together.
yeah.
So
I just think that's so interesting.
There's a company in Ohio where it's called Bio-Based Product. It's where we get our products from.
Wow.
And they do they're the chemist of our product is basically what they are. So they do all the mixing for us, and they know how it all goes together. I don't have an idea of any of that.
I'm just wondering, because wouldn't it be super cool if like it was just a byproduct and it was almost like waste material?
It
Wouldn't
would
that be so cool?
Kind of like corn oil, or
Yeah, just something that
things like
happened to be
the
there.
seed oils that we are eating. Yeah, yeah.
It's like, when they do like crushed, like those tire bits, and they put it in a playground because it's kind of like,
soft.
like
and
you're kind of using
cushioning,
something that people would throw out.
Right.
So I really like, and like it's significant. The amount of shingles that are not going in landfill because of your company, it's actually astounding to think of that, because look at all the houses, and over a couple of years, like you have to get your roof replaced a couple times. And some people have quite a big roof, some like a school or like a,
church.
like it's a
Yeah,
lot.
a lot.
Especially churches. Do you ever just look at churches and think, that's going to be an expensive roof?
Yeah, I
literally do.
I'm wondering how they, are gonna, get all that for that roof. It's a beautiful, church, but you got a roof and a half.
I think there's a couple on Woodward Avenue. I'm telling you, as you go kind of south from like Birmingham, like you go south, there's some really unusual church roofs.
They do.
You know what I'm talking about,
yes,
right?
I do. They definitely odd shapes and things.
Yeah, it's like, oh boy, that's going to be a lot,
and they go way up there.
Oh my
Very
God.
high.
So yeah, I'm really glad that you know so much about it, because I think that once people like hear about it, or they'll watch a video of yours, they'll go to your website and just kind of click around. I think that people like would actually be fascinated with it, because it's almost like you think to yourself, like, imagine if no one ever bothered to try, like just to sort of formulate this product and to test it out, and, to get it independently, kind of like by a lab testing it out, like scientifically. Like, I'm so glad when people like act on an idea whose time has come. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because it is really hard to get a new roof these days. And so you can help a lot of people. I think I read on your website that you have, that there's like 100 cities that you can do business. Like you can, is like you have, you can really go anywhere?
Yeah, we do the entire state of Michigan.
Oh my God.
So,
we have a lot of cities in Michigan alone.
We get a lot of calls. Back to churches, we did a church in, I think it was Traverse City.
That.
And then once we did the church, then the parishioners saw what their roof looked like. And next thing you know, we got 15 more jobs because of the
church.
And the parishioners all saw it, and the church was like, "Oh, these guys helped us out. Look what they did for us." And you know, and we're like, look,
Wow.
we got a long drive, so if you guys get,
Right.
you know, get all these together, then
We could do a couple at once.
we can do, you know, we'll stay there the whole time and get them all done.
Oh, my
and
God.
not have to drive back and forth that
It's kind of a
trip.
miracle, right?
Yeah.
Because like everybody wants their house to last forever, but that's just one of those things. You can take excellent care of the inside, but the
Well,
outside is the elements are gonna like hit it
The,
hard.
the problem is we're not educated in roof maintenance.
No,
so it's
true.
Like, it's like car maintenance or things like that. You know, you're driving your car down the road and then it goes.
And you're
Oh,
like,
shoot,
oh,
I gotta take
no.
my car in. Son of a bitch! Something just went wrong, and then
Something's
now
wrong.
you're going in and you're spending, you know, $4,000 for that. Oh, God bless America! If I would have just taken it in and gotten the brakes fixed, I would only paid $600 to get it
Right.
fixed. But since I waited until it went,
Yeah,
you know,
it's like
Now-
seizing, and you're
yeah,
like,
now I gotta pay all this. It's the same thing for your roof. You get a brand new roof. Everybody's like, "God, I got a new roof," and then they forget about it until
True.
the day it leaks. And then when it leaks, they're like, "You know, I got 4 feet of leaves that are on that roof. They've been up there for years. Maybe I should have cleaned that off."
Maybe, yeah,
You know,
right.
nobody thinks about maintenance of the
know-
roof. You know, but if we maintain it,
So you know what?
It'll
That's
last
a really
longer.
that's a really good point. So for people who don't know much about roofing, what would be what some of the first warning signs that a roof needs attention? What do you think?
definitely if you see those little stones coming down in your downspouts and you see them at the bottom where your downspout, you see all those little stones.
Little stones,
The
yeah.
discoloring of your roof. You know, you start getting those black lines in it.
So it's pretty common.
Yeah, you'll see the crawling. It starts to kind of, instead of laying flat, they kind of
Oh,
raise up a little bit, and you see the curls, and it looks like a
Yeah.
wave on the. Yeah,
So it should look absolutely
kind of flat, uniform.
flat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. After storms in Michigan, you know, we get different kinds of like all kinds of things. We even have tornadoes sometimes, right?
Right.
Or high winds. Is there anything that you can do to check before just saying, "Oh, it's fine, everything's fine"? Like, is there, like, definitely the curling, discoloration? Is there anything after like winds or storms that people say, "Oh my gosh"? Like,
Well, if you have the blown off shingles, you go out after a windstorm and you see a couple of shingles missing, that means that more than likely the adhesion strips, which are located underneath, have dried out and they're not holding on. So that's why you're seeing the shingles blow off. And then once
because there's nothing to keep them stuck.
right, and then we put the oil in, the glue strips get gluey again, sticky.
Wow, isn't
Gluey.
that amazing?
That
It
is a
gets
word.
gluey again.
Yeah, it
That's
gets
good.
gluey.
I think that's
Yeah.
it's a perfect example because you're not like replacing the glue.
No.
But because
We're
of the
reactivating
chemical,
it.
yeah.
Yes.
You're actually, it's so cool because then you don't have to worry about that either.
Right.
So like I just don't know, what do shingles like affix to on a roof? Like I just don't know.
Well, you have plywood, and then a proper shingle job should be, you know, obviously plywood, which is the underlayment, and then they put down tar paper of some sort. You know, and that's a paper
Okay.
layer that's kind of a vapor barrier.
And it's waterproof and
And
whatnot?
it's water resistant.
Water resistant.
No roof is waterproof. They're
'Cause things
water
can get in?
resistant.
Okay.
Yeah. And then they lay down the shingles after that. You should have some ice and water barrier at the edges, and maybe even in your valleys. It just depends on your roofer and what you buy. You know, because roofing
Yeah, because
is
materials are.
Yeah, you can get 5 roof quotes, and you can get 5 different pricing in those 5 different quotes. And the really scary thing is you can have a $20,000 difference between quote 1 and quote 5.
Oh my God.
Right. So
Okay, that's shocking.
it is. It really is.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So you have to. That's why I recommend getting 3-5 quotes at least, and looking into alternatives, because when you see what it costs to buy a new roof these days, you could buy a car.
Wow.
You can literally buy a car.
So I guess it made you look at your own roof after you met with the company and were inspired by their work. Did you kind of go home and say, okay, how long has it been since my own roof
we
was?
did treat my roof.
I was wondering.
Yeah, that was one of the things. We treated my roof, and then a tree went through it. So I ended up putting new shingles on anyway. So yeah.
That's amazing. So like Michigan weather, though, I guess the wintertime is pretty rough on a roof for sure, right? Like, and even just snow accumulation and all that kind of thing. Like, we have a lot to deal with, right?
Oh, most definitely. Yeah. Roof.
You've lived in Michigan all your
all
life,
my
right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, yeah, like imagine up north, like if things are, kind of crazy for us sometimes, imagine like in the Upper Peninsula and like up by, I don't know, Algonquin Park or whatever. I don't know.
Right.
You've been up there because you're like a natural kind of guy.
Yeah, Marquette and whatnot, yeah.
You're you're an outdoor person.
Yes, ma'am. Definitely.
Wow. Yeah, so I'm really glad. I'm really glad that you found the company and that the guy already trusted you. You already had so much credibility. And I would think like a network of good people that you've helped over the years. So it must have been a benefit for him to actually hire you.
He had his thought was that I'm going to be on roofs. So think about a real estate transaction, how many real estate transactions that I've been at as a home inspector, and I go on the roof and you got 3 to 5 years left on this roof. 3, and so
you can tell that.
Right, I can tell that. So then you go down and you're going to tell the buyer that, look, you got 3 to 5 years left on the roof. Then the buyer's going to go to the seller and go, look, I want money because you only got 3 to 5 years left on your roof. So the angle was, well, then I can come in and go, look, what if I can add 15 years to that 3 to 5
That's
years?
unbelievable.
Bingo. And it's covered by a warranty.
Oh my God.
So, right. So, you come in, then I do the inspection and I could sell the roof job. But I mean, it didn't turn out that way, but that was the idea.
That's a good
behind
idea.
It because I
yeah.
literally closed the home inspection company and focused strictly on the roofing company.
Wow.
Because I thought that the roofing company was a better beneficial benefit to people. So I only do mold inspections now, and very few. I have clients that call me that I've had for 20 years. Can you still do an inspection for me, Scott?
And you know them,
yeah,
and they
know
trust
me, and I've done a
you.
lot of inspections for them. And I'm like, well, I'm kind of retired. Well, Scott, can you just do this one for me? I'll give you an extra.
They're going to have to pay you for that because that's 20 years of expertise.
Yeah. So,
But also you're very honest.
I'll go out and take care of them. And that's it. Being honest. That's the key right there. You just be straight with people.
That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that people, I really feel that people can handle truth. Because if you don't think they can, then you're really doing them a disservice. You're like, I wish you just told me the truth. You know what I mean? It's just, it's crazy. People they can handle it, and I just think that, they may have resources you don't know about. So they might be like, oh, I was just going to do this when that happened. And so then they just enact their plan. And so, because you don't know what their situation is, right?
Right.
But so if someone's kind of nervous about cost or insurance or getting taken advantage of, and I'm sure a lot of homeowners are worried about that, before they make a decision then, I would say probably your most important advice would be to get 4 or 5 quotes, yeah?
Oh, most definitely.
Wow.
Yes. Yeah, and I even recommend that with because when we got into this business, there was 2 companies that was doing what we do. And now there's probably 15 or 20.
In Rochester?
Not in Rochester, but throughout the state of Michigan.
Okay.
And that are also doing some of what we do or similar services. There's different techniques that can be done. So, I even say, okay, you can get a quote from us, but go to get a quote from somebody else and compare. Feel free. I don't mind. Because some sales tactics are, these guys come into your house, they sit down with you, and they go, okay, that's going to be X amount of dollars. And then the homeowner goes, well, I can't pay that.
No.
Next thing you know, the salesman says, well, let me go talk to my sales manager. I'll make a quick phone call out in the car. And they go out in the car, play a couple video games, come back in, and now, and then they come back in and go, the sales manager said we can drop that price another, we can cut it in half. Would that make you be able to sign the paper today? If we cut it in half?
So you know what? People can be kind of lied to.
Yeah, and to me, I'm thinking, what if they would have just signed?
They wouldn't have.
They would have never known.
No.
And then the person will say, that's still too much. And the next thing you know, the sales guy goes, well, I got 5 jobs in your neighborhood this week. If you sign right now, I can do it for another quarter off without throwing numbers. You know what I mean? And
so
now
what
they
was
start
the
at
real
this
price?
Yes, they start at this huge number, and now it's down to less than half of what it was originally.
Absolutely.
To get you to sign right now. So they lied to you. But the biggest worry of me is, what if you would have just signed?
Yeah.
and said, "Wow, that's a great price," and signed.
Signed. So those people are taking advantage
Yeah.
of
So guess who's going on vacation? It's not the homeowner. It's the salesman.
right? It's a
Yeah.
good thing. But you've always been such an honest person about, like, honestly, you tell the truth. And it's just, I think that's necessary to have your own business. But also, I think that, your boss would also, bank on that because people can handle the truth. I mean, if it's better than you're not selling a new roof.
No.
That's hard.
And our price is published. It doesn't change. When I come, it's not going to change. It might get less, but
Yeah.
I mean, where we're going to at least start. It's not some inflated price because
Right.
if we have a show or something, we might throw a 10% discount on
Sure,
that
people are
published price.
hoping, they're hoping for a little bit of a break because
Yeah.
they met you at a show or whatever.
Exactly.
Is there like a Michigan home show or something like that you guys go to? Like, is there like a spring one or
There's several
a fall
different
one?
ones. Yeah. We do quite a few shows.
So, how many people work at your company? Like, the owner is the one who was like the founder.
Right, the owner, myself, and my son.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
It was my two sons. It was my whole family. So it was my two sons, but my other son went back to college in Marquette. But he's like, "Dad, if you get busy enough, I'll come back."
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, so
they're just as physical and
Yeah.
outdoor as you are.
Yeah,
right?
so it's my oldest son, Ruger.
Ruger.
He's the foreman.
Perfect.
And he runs the jobs. And then we just hired a guy, which is
Wow.
one of my son's friends. Thank goodness.
Oh, that's
we got
awesome
a
because then
person.
you can trust.
Yeah. So it's we're still small, a small company, but we do huge jobs. I mean, we've done places that have 60 and 70 buildings, and we'll just
Okay, that's crazy.
right. We just go crazy. We work 7 days a week because we don't work in the winter, so we will work 7 days a week, and we start sun up to sundown. So
What month do you start? This is Michigan. What month?
yeah, we try to start in
May?
April. April.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if we're lucky,
middle
April?
April. Yeah, it's got to be above 50 degrees.
Okay.
And then stay, so we work into November-ish.
Wow.
So it just, hopefully we have an Indian summer. We can work late. What was it?
I know. Sometimes we do.
Yeah, what was it, 2 years
Honestly?
ago or 2.5? We were spraying roofs in January. It was 80 degrees. I couldn't believe it. Remember that crazy winter?
I think there was, and
Yeah,
it was
when it
like
was
the
like
nicest we ever
Yeah.
had in Michigan, and we
Yeah.
were all like, we are never complaining about winter again.
Yeah,
Like
it was-
that year.
It was 80 degrees in January.
It was
What the
insane.
heck?
People were golfing in November. I was like so happy, right?
Yeah.
Because it's true. We just
Yep.
have to kind of grit our teeth and get through winter. But like, my God, like the first nice day and people are in shorts and stuff like that. And it's so, it's so funny. I drove by a golf course and it was like every spot was full, like
Yeah.
in the golf. Yeah, it was crazy. But it's true. We really celebrate our winter, our summers because it's short. Like, Dairy Queen opens for the summer
Yep.
in Rochester.
Yep,
And because you know Rochester really well, right?
I lived in Rochester all my life. Family history, my grandfather
Wow.
was the first. My grandfather was the first cop in town.
Oh, my God.
The first police chief in town.
Oh, no way.
And then he was the mayor for, pretty sure 2 years, maybe 4 years. So if you look at the pictures on the city council,
Is his last name Bates?
no, it's Howlett.
How do you spell it?
Howlette.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Yeah. So I mean, there's a park named after him in town. So I live in his house. So there's quite a history, And
That's amazing.
after my shoulder heals up, I'm hoping to be back on the City of Rochester Fire Department. I'm going to go back to being a fireman.
Wow. Isn't that like super crazy physical?
Well, it is, but you can pick your job. It's I'm not going
you
in.
know
I'm not
them.
running into a burning building.
No, no.
I mean, I will, but let the kids do it. We got plenty of young bucks
Wow.
that can handle the heavy load. I'm just there to push buttons on the truck and make sure they're safe.
So how heavy is the equipment? Like if you're fully ready to go out to a job, like literally how heavy is that you're wearing?
Well, it can be around 60 to 100
Oh,
pounds.
My God.
Because once you get wet, then it adds all
Oh,
the
then it's
water weight, and
heavier.
you're wearing your pack, you're wearing your full turnout gear, you're carrying probably a hose
Like, isn't that impossible?
or an axe or something, and yeah,
Oh my God. Yeah, that's incredible.
it's a lot of fun.
But
Ain't
what
nothing
an
like
amazing...
running into a burning building. It's so much fun.
It's exciting,
Oh my God.
certainly.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's a gas.
I really admire that. That's amazing because like you're saving people's lives, and it must be really, really like like heartfelt for you to actually look out for the animals too, because animals might
Oh, we've carried
hide
out
in a
animals.
fire.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yep. The Lake Orion fire that burned down the cantina. That was years ago. We went in there and got probably 5 or 6 different cats, dogs.
My
We were in there,
God.
yeah, pulling out the animals out of the apartment building next door.
'Cause they just must be shaking because they don't know what to do,
Oh, they
right?
claw you up, but you got all that gear on, so it's okay.
It's incredible. I'm so glad. Well, thank you for bringing Gracie, and it's such a pleasure to spend time with you. And I'm really thrilled to know about this because, if I come upon people that are like worried about, oh God, you know what, Sue, like we're really worried, we might have to replace our roof. I'm just going to say, you know what? Give them a chance.
Yeah.
Just go out there, right?
Yeah, the inspections are free. We come out to your house and do a free inspection.
honest
and,
opinion,
yeah,
right?
And, if you need a new roof, I'm going to tell you, we can't help you. Your roof's too far gone.
Yeah.
Some roofs we
Right.
can renew for maybe 5 years. So they might be in rough
Wow.
shape,
That's a
but
long.
the person doesn't quite have enough there, and their choice is blue tarp or green tarp or,
and that's all
and that's
they
all
can do.
until
Yeah.
until they, or maybe we
Prayer.
and maybe we can come out and bring those shingles back to life for a minimum of 5 more years while they save
Wow.
for their future,
Yeah, that's true.
and it gives them time to plan. And it's a transferable warranty, so if they sell the house, they can give that warranty to the next
That's
homeowner.
amazing.
And no proration, no
Like
proration.
you wouldn't think that even the warranty would guarantee the work because, I don't know if a lot of people, like, would you say, like, out of 10 people that you kind of talk to just in your life, like, how many out of 10 have ever heard of this?
One,
Yeah,
maybe,
I agree. I'm sure.
Maybe.
Like, we
right,
got to get the word out.
right. We're
right.
it's just on. We've had
Oh,
enough
my-
commercials on TV now that when I'm at the shows, people are like, oh, I saw that on
I'm
TV,
so
which is
glad.
good because then it helps them with their education of, we're not snake oil.
No.
We don't have a magic wand and go, boom, look at your roof's brand new.
Right.
No, we have scientific, legitimate, proven products
Incredible.
with hundreds of customers testimonials. I've got
Wow.
a guy from a homeowners association. He says, here's my phone. Anybody can call me anytime. I'm going to tell them how much I love you.
Wow. Oh, that's
And
amazing.
So
Yeah, that's good. And I think that TV does have an authority because, you're just there watching the news and whatever, and you're not really thinking about it. But, if you think about how much it costs to get on TV, like how much is a commercial, I can't imagine. I have no idea.
right.
Right?
It
So
makes it
that's
tough for the
powerful.
small company to get on TV.
How would they get
does,
that? Like,
yeah.
you have to know somebody or something, right?
Yep.
But I'm really glad. Thank you for taking the time to come and talk to us about it.
Having us.
If people would like more information, please go to Michigan Roof Renewal. So literally like MIRoofrenewal.com. And you know what? It's worth a shot. Seriously, if you're beginning just to wonder, could this benefit me? Or, you've got nothing to lose by learning.
Can we give out my phone number?
Yes, we can.
And if you have questions, call Scott at 248-343-3389.
Okay, that's perfect. That's great. I'll put it in the show notes. And thank you for sharing that. But what a pleasure to talk with you, Scott. It really is great. You've answered all my questions. And honestly, like, people need to know about this.
We're here.
I'm so glad.
We'd be more glad to help
We're
out
lucky to
when we
have,
can.
because Michigan, man, we can get a whole mixed bag of all kinds of things happening to our roof. So, it isn't just like, cold weather and that's all you deal with. Like, we have like super hot days as well as like, minus whatever, right? That we had.
And the product does help with that. If you happen to have a fire, we're 50% fire resistant after our coating is in.
Oh my God.
Hail now changes your shingles to a class 4 shingle. So in other words, instead of leaving a divot, it bounces off.
Wow.
So it makes a huge difference in a lot of different areas as well.
It's like a whole different roof.
Correct.
If you think about it, right? Oh my God. Yeah, and I kind of like that you don't have to go metal if you just don't want to worry about it. You could get like whatever asphalt shingle and then just do this treatment. And like every 5 years, you're better off than if you don't.
Yep.
Right?
100%. Because then you won't have to replace your roof.
No, nothing to lose. But yeah, thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
MichiganRoofRenewal.com. Please go there to learn more. And it's been really fun talking with you. Thank you, Scott, for coming by.
Thanks, Grace.
See you next time. Thank you, Grace. Could you just put her paws up just so we can see her? Good
Grace,
dog.
here.
Is
Grace.
she okay?
She doesn't know what to do. Come here. Come.
Oh, good dog. She's so sweet.
Right here. Come
I
on,
mean, she's just a lovely,
Here you
lovely
go.
dog. What kind of dog is she? Look at.
She's a Bouvier poodle. Mix.
Oh, look at her.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming up to see everyone, baby. That's so, because she looks like quite, like fancy, but I think she goes with you everywhere. And
Yeah, my
thank you,
fancy dog, my
Grace.
Bouvier Bouteille.
It's true. Thank you so much. So we'll talk to you soon, and
Okay.
we'll talk to you next time. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Have a good day.
Awesome. That was fun. Wasn't
Okay.
that fun? Yeah.
I don't know how'd I do. I don't have no.
You
It
did
was kind of
great.
cool.
It's kind of fun.
It was fun.
You kind of think afterwards, like, oh my God, like I feel like it's a kind of a high because people are like
We
afraid of
talked
how
for